Illumination Unleashed. The massive animated sequels, reboots, and fake posters that will break the internet. Acquiesca o primero rotero completo. Exactamente como você pediu. No estilo de Mr. Flame do Nerd Flame. Welcome everybody to Nerd Flame. I am Mr. Flame. And today we are diving headfirst into the biggest, most chaotic, and most anticipated animation powerhouse in the world right now, Illumination. Forget what you think you know about cute yellow helpers and jump-scaring plumbers, because the rumors and buzz surrounding this studio's future slate are absolutely astronomical, setting the stage for what could be the most explosive cinematic run in the history of animated sequels and reboots. We are talking about the projects that fans have been screaming for, the ones that have fake posters swirling all over the internet, including some of my own, of course, and the sequels that are already generating billions of clicks just based on speculation and the sheer power of their established franchises. Grab your mushroom caps and your secret villain handbooks, because we are breaking down the biggest Illumination hype train starting next year. The noise surrounding the continuation of the Super Mario saga, which we are tentatively calling Super Mario World right now, is deafening, and it's completely justified after the first film redefined what a video game adaptation could achieve, both critically and financially. The pressure on the creative team is immense, not just to repeat the box office triumph, but to satisfy the deepest cravings of the Nintendo fanbase, who are already dissecting every single frame of the original looking for clues about where the story will go next, and which iconic characters will finally be making their big screen debut. The genius of Illumination's approach so far has been in capturing the heart and soul of the games, while allowing the star-studded cast to infuse new life into these beloved icons. And the expectation is that they will once again strike that perfect balance between fan service and genuine storytelling. We are all waiting to see how they expand the animated Mushroom Kingdom, which now must feel like a genuinely massive, breathing universe ready for exploration, moving far beyond the safe confines of the original movie's scope. For those of us who grew up utterly consumed by the magic of Super Mario World, the title itself conjures up images of the vast dinosaur land, which immediately sends fan speculation into overdrive regarding the introduction of Yoshi, the long-rumored, fan-favorite companion. It's hard to imagine the sequel foregoing one of the most iconic creatures in video game history, and the mere thought of Illumination's vibrant, beautifully rendered animation style being applied to the various members of the Yoshi species, giving them distinct personalities and quirks, is enough to send a shiver down your spine. Furthermore, expanding the scope to a world means we could finally see the introduction of other classic elements like the cape feather, or perhaps even a deeper dive into the lore of the Koopalings, which would offer a perfect opportunity for more epic boss battles and truly challenging stakes for our heroic plumber duo. The internet is already flooded with concept art showing how the animation style could evolve to handle the visual complexity of the different world environments, from Vanilla Dome to the spooky forest, indicating the massive scale that fans expect. The rumor mill is also spinning rapidly with whispers about the voice cast additions, most notably who will take on the role of the fearless Princess Daisy, who is an absolute must-have for the narrative expansion. Getting the casting right is crucial, considering how perfectly the first film nailed the chemistry between its leads, and fans are desperate for a strong, energetic voice that can stand toe-to-toe with Anya Taylor-Joy's powerful Princess Peach. There are also deep-cut fan theories circulating that the film might take a left turn and adapt elements from the more story-driven Mario RPGs, giving the sequel an unexpected emotional weight that could elevate it far beyond a simple rescue mission and turn it into a genuine hero's journey epic. These theories suggest a plot that forces Mario to confront the true meaning of the superstar and its effect on the Mushroom Kingdom, pushing him to become not just a hero of one land, but of the entire animated universe Illumination has built. The anticipation is palpable, because this isn't just a movie, it's the expansion of a cultural milestone, and it absolutely has to deliver an adventure on a scale we've never seen. Switching gears to the mischievous, banana-loving sidekicks, the announcement and sheer inevitability of Minions 3 sends a tremor of pure, chaotic excitement through the animation community, proving that the power of these little yellow beings is far from waning. The previous films have proven that even a loose, episodic plot built around slapstick comedy and gibberish can translate into mind-boggling box office success, a testament to the Minions' universal appeal and their ability to generate laughter across all languages and cultures. However, the fan base is now clamoring for a film that gives them something deeper, a film that finally explores the unexplored, perhaps even venturing into the ancient history that the first spin-off only briefly teased, showing the Minions' interactions with historical figures we never thought we'd see them torment. The enduring popularity of these characters, who manage to steal every single scene they are in, means that the studio has a responsibility to keep the material fresh, yet still centered on the sheer anarchy that defines their existence, avoiding a simple retread of previous plots. One of the hottest rumors gaining traction among production circles and hardcore fans suggests that Minions 3 will finally break the modern-day Gru timeline and jump completely back in time, setting the entire story in the time of dinosaurs or even ancient civilizations, providing a fresh, visually stunning backdrop for their antics. This shift would allow the writers to be incredibly creative with their villain dynamic, introducing a new threat that is less about super spy gadgets and more about pure, primal, hilarious danger, showcasing how the Minions survived through sheer luck and an abundance of low-level intelligence. The expectation is also high for the introduction of a new, distinct villain who is completely unaware of the Minions' chaotic nature, providing a fantastic foil for their innocent, yet destructive, brand of helpfulness. The fan community is actively betting on which historical era they will accidentally destroy this time, with debates raging about whether they will unintentionally cause the extinction of the dinosaurs or somehow be responsible for the sinking of Atlantis, raising the stakes on their history-altering mischief. We all know the formula works: silly gags, memorable music, and a surprising amount of heart. But for a third solo adventure, the expectation is for the biggest scale yet, a truly global or even subterranean adventure that tests the limits of their loyalty to each other and their endless pursuit of an evil master. There's also intense speculation on how the animation team will innovate the Minions themselves. While they are essentially an established brand, fans are looking for new variations, new forms of chaos, and new signature moments that will become the next viral sensation. The buzz is that this film will be a pure, unadulterated spectacle of comedy, leaning heavily on the physical humor and the inventive ways the Minions interact with their environment, pushing the boundaries of what is possible in a truly cartoonish world. My personal hope is that the film will maintain the high energy and fast-paced editing that made the rise of Gru such a massive hit, giving us a non-stop barrage of gags that become instant internet memes, and allowing the sequel to dominate the box office with sheer, infectious joy. Now, let's talk about the bedrock of the entire Illumination universe, the main saga. The anticipation for Despicable Me 5 is fueled by the need for a return to the true heart of the franchise, which has always been the bizarre, beautiful family dynamic between Gru, the Minions, and the girls Margot, Edith, and Agnes. The emotional stakes have consistently been highest when the plot centers around Gru's protective, yet clumsy, fatherhood, forcing him to balance his former villainous life with his new identity as a devoted family man and an anti-villain league agent. Rumors suggest that this fifth installment will introduce a threat that is deeply personal and specifically targets the girls, forcing Gru to utilize every single gadget, every minion, and every ounce of his supervillain expertise to protect his found family, which is the emotional core that fans crave. We need a villain who is a true intellectual and emotional match for Gru, someone who can challenge him, not just physically, but morally, forcing him to make impossible choices. The deep fan desire for continuity and the potential for a nostalgic return cannot be overstated, with many speculating that the film will bring back a classic, beloved villain from the past, perhaps Vector, in a revamped, even more technologically menacing form. The return of an original antagonist would tie the entire saga together and raise the stakes to an astronomical level, creating a feeling of genuine consequence that a brand new villain might not be able to deliver, capitalizing on the immense nostalgia factor. Furthermore, fans are incredibly invested in the girl's future, with speculation rife that the film will jump ahead a few years, allowing Margot and Edith to begin developing their own skills, perhaps even inventing their own gadgets, or taking on new responsibilities within the Anti-Villain League, transitioning them from sidekicks into legitimate heroes. This narrative progression is absolutely necessary to keep the franchise feeling fresh, transforming it from a story about adoption into a full-fledged family superhero epic, with each member having a critical role to play in saving the day. The level of anticipation also hinges on the complexity of the plot, with expectations that Despicable Me 5 will offer a more intricate, multi-layered story than the previous entries, balancing the signature Minion chaos with genuinely emotional moments and high-stakes action sequences. We are expecting not just a new supervillain lair, but an entirely new level of world building, potentially introducing a secret society of former villains or an underground network of gadgets and espionage that expands the universe far beyond the familiar suburban home. My personal hope is that the film leans heavily into the relationship between Gru and Lucy, showcasing their partnership and how they navigate their dangerous, yet loving, life as the ultimate super spy power couple, adding another layer of heart to the high-tech action. The bottom line is that this film has to be big, it has to be funny, and most importantly, it has to remind us all why we fell in love with this beautifully dysfunctional family in the first place, cementing its legacy as Illumination's greatest triumph and a massive cultural touchstone for years to come. What an absolutely insane ride through the future of animated cinema from the undisputed masters of family fun and box office domination. The combined hype for Super Mario World, the comedic chaos of Minions 3, and the essential family reunion that will be Despicable Me 5 is undeniable, proving that Illumination is not just riding a wave, but generating a tsunami of cinematic excitement that will flood the theaters starting next year and well into the future. Whether you are a lifelong Nintendo fanatic, a Minion enthusiast, or simply a fan of Gru's growing family, the future is looking incredibly bright, and the sheer scale of these projects guarantees that they will generate immense discussion and massive amounts of internet traffic. Let me know in the comments below which one of these films you are most looking forward to, and if you want to see more fake posters of these massive upcoming sequels, make sure you smash that like button, subscribe to Nerd Flame, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss my next deep dive into the projects that are taking over the pop culture landscape.
I didn't know this was even possible. I learned how to make money online. The link is right below in the first pinned comment.